What can you do with this? A little more than you think. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves This and More. You know, I am convinced that our society has been numbified by numbers. We constantly are bombarded in the media, social media, TV, magazines, etc., with large numbers. And what's happening is that we're slowly but surely getting number by the minute as far as numbers go. And in our mind's eye, the value of things that we do is decreasing rapidly by the moment, at least in a mental way, if not in a physical way. But I wanted to take a minute to bring us back down to earth. Yesterday's video, actually not video, I went on live and then became a video, if you will. I went on live yesterday to talk about what to do to get to those last 2 weeks of the month, the skinny chicken time of the month. And I would really appreciate it for those that are struggling to, if at all possible, during the better times of the month, I just happen to call it fat cat time of the month, better times of the month financially, to be mindful of the not so great time of the month, which in some people's cases is rapidly approaching, as today is what, the 10th of December? Just saying. So therefore, when you plan early enough, you can avoid all of that. Even if it's just by having, for the last week of the month, which is the very toughest for some people, this, okay? Without having to tap into your emergency fund, which it is my utmost hope that you already have in place. But I don't expect that people have that in place, especially with the challenges that we have faced in a year like this. Just saying. But to bring some of us down to earth as to what we can do with a $20 bill, even a New Yorker in this city is saying such a thing. Therefore, let's take a minute and bring ourselves down to earth. And I'll point out some things you can do with this. Okay? 20 things that you can do with a 20, well, I said 20 things, but it's not going to be 20 things. Okay, things you could do with a $20 bill. I made a mistake in my saying this. Things you could do with a $20 bill. Well, you could buy 18 of these. What these? Trusty notebooks. The average trusty notebook around here is something like $1.25. So you could get about, I'm doing, you know me with math. You could get a bunch. Okay, you could get about 18. I'll just say 18. A lot of trusty notebooks, okay? Okay. And trusty notebooks are very important. So there. Taking it to a more personal level in this city, if you're really careful with your money, you can enjoy a beautiful spring, summer afternoon, or fall picnic time in Central Park. What? That is the nicest place to sit down and have a picnic. Yes, it is. And a lot of people have been doing it for years, and so did I, of course, in younger days, okay? You can go to Central Park and have a picnic on the cheap. You don't have to carry things around if you don't feel like it. I believe there's a Trader Joe. On West 72nd Street where you could get stuff around there on the cheap. Or you just, bring stuff that you have from the grocery store, or find a local, not too expensive, trendier place. That kind of place you kind of like avoid because that defeats the purpose. But if you could have a beautiful memory of having a picnic on a beautiful day in Central Park, bring your, picnic blanket or whatever you do. I mean, for less than $20, you can do it. You absolutely can do it. So this is like for the person that says, oh, what's $20? $20 could be a lifetime of memories hanging out in Central Park and have a beautiful picnic. Oh, okay. I believe that if you go to the Katz's Deli at this time, I believe you could still get a hot brisket sandwich there for about 18.95. Maybe it's 19. I'm not sure, positive, so don't quote me on that, okay? But I can tell you this, their hot brisket sandwiches are loaded, like loaded. You could buy one of those, take them home, and make smaller sandwiches out of it and share it. You could do it. You could do it. This is, something you could do it. Less than $20. In New York City alone, do you know that the main line track, the mileage on a New York City subway is something like 665 on the main line tracks. And of course, the bird clock's going off. So what else is new? But you can get 6 glorious rides back and forth for $2.75. Now, I'm goofy when I say glorious rides, but the truth be told, for a person that doesn't live in New York, for $2.75, it's even more fascinating to me than one of those cookie cutter Tory buses. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But if you want to see New York at its finest, you want to really get a feel of New York, for $2.75, you could get 6 rides for real on a New York City subway station. All that for less than $20. Okay. Some people have asked me about the original famous place where they have that hot dog eating contest without naming names. You know the one I mean, where there's champions that win year in and year out. Some win to the tune of eating, if you can even believe it, 75 of those wonderful frankfurters. Those wonderful frankfurters that I'm describing at this time, according to my research, so this is according to today's research that I checked, those frankfurters are costing $5.69 each. Now, that may sound hair-raising, but we're talking about getting it from the original place where all this started from. Just saying. But if you want to save money and not travel so far, you could get the same product, if you will, and get maybe a package for about, I don't know, $7 or $8 a pack for like a whole bunch, for like, I guess 8 of them. By the way, why do they do that with packaging of frankfurters? Usually the frankfurters do not match the amount that you can buy of the frankfurter rolls. I think there's some sort of discrepancy about that. I don't understand why do they do that? So you go to part 2 of picking up the actual roll. I don't understand that. It has to be a marketing trick on that. I did a little fun math. That winner of that frankfurter eating contest consumed 75 of those franks in July of 2020. So I did the math on that, and the retail value, if my math is correct, and of course I could be wrong since math was never my favorite subject, I believe is $426.75. So, I mean, that gentleman ate $426, almost $427 worth of food in a short amount of time. But getting back to things you could get for this or less. 15 rolls of cheap paper towel. I'm not saying you have to run out and buy 15 rolls of cheap paper towel. I'm saying that's what you could get. 20 bottles of shampoo at certain places. Now, some places you could get each bottle of shampoo for about 89 cents. Some places you can get the multiple use of the bottle in one bottle product for probably $1. That contains the shampoo, the conditioner, and a body wash. Hello. I mean, you know what you're paying for, by the way? We pay for packaging. People forget that. I used to work at a place years ago. I don't even know if it exists. I used to work for a place out in Queens back in the day. It was a packaging company. I worked in the administrative end of it, okay? And it is amazing what people pay for in packaging. We would send out sample packages of, like, for example, you would never believe how many tops there are to nail polishes, different shapes and sizes, and what people wanted as sample packs to figure out for their product line where they would go. But it can go from the sublime to the ridiculous, but I'm getting back to the point. If you're paying extra of this that you work hard for, just for a pretty color or whatever, the cap looks so cute in your bathroom. If that matters to you and you could do it, hey, be my guest. But if you're trying to save up for, more important reasons, I could care less what the cap looks like. And I worked in one of those companies. Maybe because I worked for one of those companies, I could care less. Just saying. But let's get back to the topic at hand, okay? You could get 10 boxes of $2 cake mix. Now, I know I've used that analogy in the past with the $100 bill, but in this case, you could get 10 boxes. What does 10 boxes of cake mix equal? Well, I could tell you this much. If you make 24 cupcakes per box times 10 boxes, that's 240 cupcakes. Okay? Again, here we go again, bringing this back into perspective. But the point that I was mainly driving at was the idea of, for example, having enough money at the end of the month, okay? Try to gain a couple of these, just 2 of these, to help you get through the end of the month. Yes, and there are some people who struggle. There are many people who are watching this eat popcorn going, really? People have to live like that? Yeah, some people have to live like that, yeah. Or even worse, yeah. And that's what my channel mission is for, to encourage anyone to save, okay? Anyone can save. Look at me. You can save. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you take 50 cents out of your pocket and put it somewhere. Put it in one of those jars at the beginning of the month. Put it away. Take $1. Okay? Get brave. Take 2. Don't buy that extra stuff outside in the street. Don't do it. You don't have to. Because I want you to remember the last 2 weeks of the month, so you have an even month. Wouldn't you rather have an even month every week without worrying when you go to the store that you have something to eat for you and your family, instead of living it up for the first few days and going, Just saying. I take the time to do this because I really do care. I really, really do care. Okay, anyway, that's enough for that. By the way, there are a couple of free things you can do in this city. You could ride the New York ferry. You could take that absolutely for free. You could walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, take wonderful pictures with your smartphone, and blow them up and hang them up, and you have beautiful wall art. What a panoramic view. Free. Free. But for now, I want you to concentrate. The ones that are struggling, concentrate on getting a couple of these doozies. You can do it. You can do it. Have a wonderful day. And I'll be back tomorrow live. Have a great day, everybody.